coffee is amazing today. Are you serious? Are you serious? We do have a massive explosion that happened in India at a factory. Actually, there's been explosions in a lot of locations today. Kind of a weird thing going on here, but I'll tell you all about that in a second. Also, Heidi Begley wants to invite you tonight to a special Zoom meeting, Zoom live. The link is in my description below. So make sure you grab that link and then you can use that. Get on Zoom. A lot of you already have Zoom. So get on Zoom if you want to participate. And then, of course, you're going to, request to get into the Zoom meeting. You know how this works. If you don't have Zoom, I got good news. We're going to do the show, the Zoom meeting live also right here on YouTube. So we'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern live. Sister Heidi and I will be right here, and we're going to be doing a special Zoom meeting with supporters of our missions work we do in India. And so we're raising money for the blankets. These are blankets we give the elderly people in India that literally folks who live in mud huts, and this keeps them warm in those chilly, cool nights, very cold nights. It keeps them warm and literally keeps them alive, to be honest. We do this every year, and then we have the blankets given to our pastor, Sammy Naik, our evangelist, who then has 72 pastors under him. We'll be showing you all the pictures tonight from India. It is really an amazing, and so if you're on Zoom, you can interact with us and ask questions as we'll answer those questions. But those of you on YouTube, you just can enjoy it and watch it live with us, okay, and be a part of it. And you can text or you can chat, okay, and ask questions there. So be live, interactive Zoom meeting tonight, not only on Zoom, but also right here live on YouTube. Let me put a shout out right now, guys, if you don't mind, for agewithpaul.com. That's www.agewithpaul.com. That's www.agewithpaul.com. They've sold 1 million bottles of this. And guys, this is incredible product by BioTrust. Can really help you if you've got stiffness in your joints, your teeth, strengthen your teeth in the enamel, helps with your fingernails so they don't start cracking and breaking easy, helps your hair, your teeth, your eyes, your fingernails, and those joints that struggle with all of that. This is incredible. Get this right now, okay? Get it right now. www.agewithpaul.com. That's www.agewithpaul.com. All right, now here's what's going on. This is going to be a very powerful meeting tonight, but I want to tell you about these explosions as well. Let me read to you Heidi's invite. Heidi Begley is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. The topic, Sam Naik, India annual meeting that we do every year. The meeting, this is unbelievable. If you say, I want to be in the meeting, but you can also call by phone and be and listen to it on Zoom. It's called, I put all that information. In other words, the phone number to call if you live in New York. There's a number for Washington, D.C., the Chicago area, San Jose, California, Tacoma, Houston. It's basically the whole country if you live in those regions. So you can either go on Zoom and be with us, or you can call the numbers, read the description here on this video, and use that approach, or just be here live, and you can interact in this special Zoom meeting tonight live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, now let me just tell you what's going on in India, because this is unbelievable, guys. But explosion, a blast in India, leaving 5 dead and 5 critically injured in a West Bengal factory there in India. It was a plastics factory. 5 people were killed. 5 others are critically injured in this blast at this plastic factory in West Bengal. And the incident took place, according to a senior police officer, 4 factory workers were killed on the spot. One more died as they were brought into the hospital. The other 5 have been critically injured in the explosion that ripped the establishment apart. The preliminary investigation had found that a technical fault in a heavy machine inside the factory caused this high intensity blast, according to the superintendent of police. The explosion happened during a plastic manufacturing process. We are probing, they said, all into the angles, and the forensic team will visit the spot. A huge police contingent was also deployed at the spot to keep the situation under control as family members and people were converging from all around that area to the situation. Matter of fact, the state government announced there's about 50. They're going to give 50,000 rubles for each injured person, and also to the families of the deceased, according to the state government. Okay. And so that'll help some. You might say that's a lot of money. No, 50,000 rubles is not that much money, really. But anyway, it's better than nothing. And it's at least a gesture to help with the burial and that kind of thing. So just really sad. I'm very heartbroken by this. India is such a beautiful country. I've been there twice on missionary trips, and we've seen lots of people saved there. We have our children that are there. We have schools, and we have the churches, and we have the 72 pastor and evangelist work, and the blankets to those that are very, very elderly, and just all of that going on. Now, let me tell you what else is going on. Besides that, we found out that in Egypt, there was a blast that hit the natural gas pipelines in Egypt. That happened yesterday. And in China, a terrifying moment, an explosion ripped through a restaurant's kitchen in China, injuring 34 people, some of them critically, and a horrible situation in China. And also, we know that there was an ecological disaster as well in South Korea. I don't know what's going on here, but ultra fine dust. Get this. This blew my mind. An ecological disaster, an air pollution alert, as in South Korea, in Seoul, South Korea, ultra fine dust levels falling from the sky in the air, causing the air quality to remain bad in Seoul, South Korea. This urgency was announced yesterday afternoon. Now, what did Mike from around the world say? That this dust would be settling, dust would be falling from the heavens, and that the earth will eventually become a planet where a gas mask of some sort will be required every time you go outside. Now, he said some of that dust will be volcanic ash residue from the countless volcanoes that will be erupting as Planet X, Nibiru, planet number 9, passes by with the 5 waves of energy, shaking and quaking and breaking this planet and taking us to our knees, hopefully in repentance, but certainly it's going to be a dangerous time. He also said that there's red dust that's actually falling from the cosmos, and it's charged particles as it slowly, and I think that's what we're dealing with here in South Korea. Although there has been quite a few volcanic eruptions over in that part of the world, especially in Indonesia and Malaysia, and even Italy. Stromboli has had 2 major eruptions, but that part of the world has seen quite a few, and it might, and also there's a lot of smog and pollution already in certain parts of Seoul, South Korea. But that's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a fine dust that's settling in that area. I think probably mixed with the pollution and all that. It's just really terrible. So I need you to pray for those folks. But again, we'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. live. Sister Heidi will be with me. And we're doing a 6 p.m. special broadcast, and it will be Zoom. So if you look below in the description below on this video, you can grab the link and go to your Zoom and request to get into the Zoom meeting. We'll be opening the door and letting anyone and everyone in who wants to be on Zoom. We have the unlimited package, so as many people that want to get on Zoom can. We could have 50, we could have 100. It doesn't matter. Or we could have 500. It wouldn't matter. We can open the doors wide open. And if you're in Zoom, we'll be able to see you, you see me, and we can talk to each other. You can ask questions as we really take a look at India and the great work that Sammy Naik's doing there, and as he's such a major part of helping spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I've been to India twice. I've been right to that area. I've met many of these 72 young pastors, men and women that we send out on bicycles or scooters in some cases, but most of these folks are on bicycles. We send them out into the villages where they preach the gospel to village people usually under a tree, and they'll preach under a tree and then have a meal on the banana leaves. We'll show you all of that, as well as the church that we built there, our ministry, Publicly Prophecy Ministries. We built a church there. We can show you that. It's completed. There's more buildings now being built for accommodations for pastors that come in. It's a very, 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 we're talking about the most remote area of India and one of the most poverty, literally, in the world. And so it's going to be pretty important. I know. What am I doing? I'm wearing an Alabama shirt when Notre Dame is playing North Carolina today, but that's all right. Little love for Bama. Little love for Bama. Maybe I'm just saying Alabama's #1 in the nation. Notre Dame's #2. I love all my Alabama Roll Tide fans. Showing you a little love, but we're coming. We're coming. We hope we can meet you in the college playoffs. We're coming. God bless. See you guys at 6 p.m. tonight. I'm going to do some more videos, though, but the 6 p.m. broadcast will be Sister Heidi and I together live on Zoom and also live on YouTube simultaneously. That way, if you're not in Zoom, you still get in on it. But on Zoom, you'll see all the pictures, all the graphics from India. I can't get that on YouTube tonight. I could have if Brock would have been available, but he already had plans for tonight, and so I didn't want to interrupt those. So get in the Zoom, and you can see all of the PowerPoint presentation that Heidi will do on Zoom, and you can ask questions live. But if you can't do that, join us on YouTube. You can still ask questions in the chat room, and we'll talk to each other. All right? God bless, guys.